All right, we are back with another pick'em video. Going to be talking NBA strictly in this one. I'm not going to do MLB just because I really like the plays I found for the NBA. We're going to do a recap at the end of the video starting today. I've kind of just seen a few other videos. They mostly do their recaps at the end of the day, if they do a recap at all. But I like my transparency. I just want to get back into the picks, a little bit quicker here. Also, some big news for Florida people. I know the Floridians, especially in my Discord, some people left. They said, I don't want to leave, but Florida took away PrizePicks, they took away Underdog, they took away a lot of DFS. Well, it's back starting yesterday. Florida people are getting PrizePicks back. They're getting Underdog back. PrizePicks also going into a few other states. I don't have them off the top of my head. But maybe I'll put that in the description of this video. I know Alaska is one of them. So a few more states for PrizePicks as well. So that's exciting. So if you're from Florida, you can get in on this action because a lot of these are going to be kind of PrizePicks exclusive plays just because we're doing fantasy scores, some field goals attempted line. You can find those other places. But super excited about these picks. Yesterday for the video picks, I think we went 1 for 2. But again, I'm going to do that recap at the end of this video. And then also kind of finally broke through that Discord drought that we've been going through. Ebbs and flows. It's all about the long-term game. For the transparent YouTube videos or the YouTube video people out there, you will see that very often. Ebbs and flows. Sometimes you're really, really hot. Sometimes you're, trickling around the mediocre side, and sometimes you're in a little bit of a rut. So, there's people not winning every single day. If you see that and these people are saying they're winning every single day, they're just lying. So let's get into the picks. Really excited about these. And let's do it. All right, so going into the board here, also, if you're not on PrizePicks or you're not on Underdog, maybe you're in Florida or one of those newer states. By the way, the other states for PrizePicks are Arizona, Oregon, and Alaska. You are getting PrizePicks now. So if you are new to the platform and you want to try it out, definitely use my link in the description. Let them know that I sent you there. You're also going to get a free month of the Discord, and you're going to get the 100% deposit match. That's like a $100 welcome bonus, essentially. So definitely do that. It's also Taco Tuesday on PrizePicks, so great day to get in on the action. If you don't know what that is, it's essentially just every Tuesday we get about 3 discounts, discounted lines. Right now, the first taco is up, and it's Karl Anthony Towns at 14.5 points as opposed to his normal, I don't know, it's probably 18.5 or something like that. So nice little discount there, and it's voted on by the community. So the community says, hey, we want this guy out of these 4 plays or whatever. So great day to get on PrizePicks. It's also just like that's why you're on multiple DFS platforms. Wildcard Wednesday on Sleeper happens where we get discounts on Sleeper. Chalkboard is always literally throwing discounts, and that's when you want to be attacking these different platforms. And that's why I'm kind of always saying, hey, if you want to use my link, you get a free month of the Discord, and you're going to be able to attack these discounts and promotions that they're always throwing at us. But if you're in an arena state, if you're in Florida, maybe you're whatever these arena states are, I am in one. You actually don't see the discounts pop up on your screen, but you can still use them. So in the Discord, we're going to have a bunch of people always talking there. And I just said, hey, could someone share the link with me? And my boy Trayvon had me right there. I can just click this link. So again, if you don't know this and you're in an arena state, this is how you do it. Click that link. And this is actually one of our video picks. So Zubac and Doncic, we're going to talk about them in a little bit. But now you can see I have Towns as the taco, and I can go ahead and actually place that entry, and it will allow me to do that. So that's a little workaround. If you're in an arena state and you're wondering, hey, why are my tacos? Where are my discounts? They don't show up. That's normal. I don't know why, but you can still go ahead and use them. Maybe get in on our Discord and just ask someone to share the link. You can go ahead and share the link, and then you can use those discounted plays. But let's go into our first play. Going to go chronologically. Yes, that Doncic and Zubac's combo rebound line is definitely going to be one of our video picks. I love that line. But just going to go chronologically. So we'll talk about that one a little bit later. First quarter points for Kevin Durant is going to be our first play. That game is at 7:40. We're going to talk a lot about minutes today in these plays as well. So yes, Kevin Durant sometimes plays 7 minutes in the first quarter. Sometimes he plays 12. Sometimes he plays 35 minutes in a game. Sometimes he plays 40. But in the playoffs, you're trending in that direction of more minutes for the superstars. And that's just the general rule of thumb. The games mean a lot more. They're not going to, send a 37-year-old Kevin Durant and make him play 45 minutes a night in the regular season, but they might do that in the playoffs. So let's go to his outlier page. This is Outlier, one of the best prop tools out there. You can actually get a free week trial if you want to use my link in the description. Just let them know that I sent you there. It will get you that free week. Highly recommend it. You're going to see the power of it in this video if you haven't seen it before. But I got his 5.5 first quarter points pulled up here. You can see it's a 58% hit rate. A lot of hits in the beginning of the year. That's when, it was pretty much either Booker or Beal was at one of these games. But you see he played these guys last game, had 11 points. was definitely a bright spot in the game. And you can also see, he played 10.8 minutes as opposed to some of these other games playing 8 to 9 minutes or whatever. So hopefully getting a decent boost in minutes, gets up towards, the full first quarter would be great. And you can see that translates pretty well to when he's hitting this line. So you see, I think this is actually every single game that he got 12 minutes in this little green stretch, he hit against this guy. So the minutes are going to be there for him. Hopefully he sees, if he sees the whole first quarter, that'd be great for us. But especially since he was the guy that came out hot for them, one of the only guys that played, pretty well for them, especially at the beginning. I expect them to ride the hot hand there. So I like the hit rate in general, with the minutes especially. But the head-to-head is really where it's at here. All 4 games they've played each other back to November, and these were, more recent, all these coming in April, the past few weeks. He's hit this line against this. So 7, 9, 8, 11 points against this Timberwolves team. Yes, they're one of the best defenses in the league, but Durant's one of the best offensive players to ever play the game. So really, really liking this one. Superstars in the playoffs are definitely the way to go here, especially on the early on, and as we've seen in the first few games. Liking this. And it's not just the hit rate, not just the matchup. We can actually go ahead and look at the market value on this line. And I got OddsJam pulled up here. You can actually check out OddsJam also for a free week. This tool is absolutely ridiculous, the sportsbook screen. We're going to talk about a fantasy optimizer a little bit later in DG Fantasy. OddsJam also has a fantasy optimizer, but check out OddsJam. Again, definitely one of the tools you need if you want to do this. Most days just gets you the edge and you get to see market value. So we can see all these other sports books. My computer I'm using is really old. I still don't know how to film on my other computer. Still got to figure that out. But you can see all these different data points, and it's saying the average odds you can see right here, which is awesome. Average odds on all sports books minus 131.2 to go over, minus 102.7 to go under, and this line's at 5.6 because some places like Underdog have already bumped this to 6. So not only is it 0.1 higher on the average line, it's also still heavily favored to go over here. So we're getting great market value. PrizePicks is a fixed payout system, so they're saying it's pretty much a 50-50 line. But this, looking at market value, you get that edge. If you go to, I don't know, bet at a ESPN bet and you bet the over on this line, they're going to pay you out less money if you take the over because it's more likely to happen in their eyes, and that's across all these different markets. So that was a long explanation, but that's what this is saying, and it's pretty much saying, hey, this Kevin Durant line is looking really good. So that's going to be our first play of the day. Love going to superstars, especially in the playoffs here, and when everything checks out, it makes for a great play. So KD, 5.5 first quarter points. That's going to be our first one. All right, so moving into the next game here, we got the Bucks versus the Pacers. I'm actually going to go to 2 Bucks players here, one over and one under. We'll start with Patrick Beverley, not a superstar. He might think he's a superstar in his own brain. But I will say he goes out there and he's a playoff player. He's one of those scrappy dudes. We talked about Mo Wagner being one of those scrappy dudes. Beverley is definitely one of the scrappier players in the league, and definitely steps up his game when he gets the minutes and in the playoffs. So 23.5 fantasy score. This was at 23.0 when I was looking at it. Did get bumped up by 5, but I'm actually going to still go to it here. And I got his outlier page pulled up. We can see the hit rate. 20% of the season he's gone over this. So it doesn't look amazing, obviously. You have to take into account that, Giannis is probably out of this game. Even if Giannis wasn't out of this game, I'd probably still go to this line. But they're expecting 33 minutes from Beverley across, different projection models. RotoWire is my favorite projection model. You can check out RotoWire for free 2 days if you want to. Highly recommend it. It's got, all these lineup data, minutes, and they have their own projection model as well, which is an awesome tool. But check out RotoWire. They're expecting 33 minutes from him tonight. And again, I told you we'll be talking about minutes. Let's go ahead and change this, bring his minutes up, 20, 26, 28, 29. If he gets 30 minutes, 7 of 7 games he's gone over this. Even after that bump from 23, he even hit it in this game. So played well against this Pacers team in 36 minutes just a few days ago in game 1. They played really well, obviously. But he went out there, only scored 5 points, and still got 30.4 fantasy points. So if he does a little bit more scoring and can do everything else, he was assisting the ball well, rebounding the ball well, which I expect him to do today. And he can definitely, gobble up some steals and get a block or two just because he's kind of that kind of player. But really like Beverley, especially getting the minutes here. If he goes out and gets 30, 100% hit rate so far, and he played really well in game 1. So there's not much in terms of odds that I can show you other than on DG Fantasy. I guess I do have the odds to show you. DG Fantasy, another tool, a Proptimizer, fantasy optimizer. This is, integrated with PrizePicks Underdog. So essentially, you could come on here and say, "Oh, I want to bet on PrizePicks right now," and you could see every single play on PrizePicks, most of the plays on PrizePicks, and we'll say, "Hey, here's the best one in terms of like market value." I, sometimes start my days just looking at that, and then cross-referencing that with my knowledge, what I'm thinking, and also hit rates and matchups and things like that. So we actually have Beverly's fantasy score right here, 23.5. Only 3 data points to look at, but the consensus, if you average this up, it's higher than 23.5. Looks like DraftKings down at 23.1, but BetMGM at 24.8 and Bovada at 24.7. So the market value is there. Beverly looking really good. And again, he's not a superstar player. We like to go to these superstar players in the playoffs, but he is one of those like instigators and dudes that definitely step up their play when it matters the most. So Beverly going to be our second play of the day here, and going to stay in the same game and talk Chris Middleton now. And I went ahead and pulled up his page here. This is going to happen when you attack good lines. His 17.5 field goals attempted line, which is where we got it, is now down to 16.5. I think you could still go ahead and take this. Obviously, it's not as strong as a play as when it was at 17.5. And that's where we got it at the Discord. If you're watching this video, I have to record, I have to edit it, and then I have to upload it. So the Discord sees these plays, an hour to 2 hours before the video picks see them. But I'm going to run through why I like it, just because the hit rate's ridiculous on this, and you can ultimately decide if you want to take it or not, or maybe mix it, change it out with a taco or something like that. So I got Middleton up here. It is at 16.5 on Outlier 2. They update as quickly as they can. 95% hit rate. Yep, you heard that right. 95% hit rate on the under here. Now, of course, Middleton was injured to begin the year. They slowly got him back into the normal workload, only playing 17 or so minutes per game. But even if you bump this minutes, line up all the way up to 32 minutes or so, in games he's played at least 32 minutes, he's still under in 95% of these games. And again, at 17.5, he hadn't even gone over 17 or he hadn't even got to 17 in any of these games. So was really liking it there. 13.25 is his average field goals attempted. You have to take into account, obviously, Giannis is not playing, or he's doubtful. He probably won't play. If he does play, oh my gosh, this is looking ridiculous. But you also have to take into account that Damian Lillard, huge first half, only shot 5 times in the second half, and Middleton only had 14 field goals attempted in that game. So it's the playoffs. Obviously, Middleton is a good player, one of their better players to go to down the stretch. But now they have Damian Lillard, and he has just not been hitting this the entire year. So take into account no Giannis. Take into account how much volume is Dame going to get? Is Dame going to be swarmed by the defense potentially? But still 14 shots in that game one. It didn't even really come close to that 16.5 line. Also going to last year, it's not like he was shooting a ton last year either. Only got over that in 6 games last year. So this is kind of a 2-year span of a crazy hit rate. But yeah, really liking this Middleton play. There's nothing much more I can show you, but that's just my thought. He has to get in the Discord. He has to get to 18 field goals attempted to hurt us, which is a lot, especially playing alongside Dame. And for you guys, if you take it, he has to get to 17, which is still a decent amount according to what he's been doing, the past few years. So Middleton play, up to you if you want to take that. But again, the Discord's had this out for a few hours. That's kind of a good transition to talk real quickly about the Discord. If you're at this point in the video and you're interested in this stuff, highly recommend checking out our community. It's just a bunch of like-minded people, kind of putting our brains together, trying to beat the books, make some money, and have some fun along the way. Looks like we got Chalkboard promos, all different kind of discounts. People are going to have your back if you might miss a promo. Someone's going to send it in here, so hopefully you don't miss that promo and you can take advantage of discounts. But people are always talking props, talking plays, just having fun, having some laughs. And you can get in here for $20 a month, or there's plenty of ways to get in here for free using my codes and link. They're all in the description of this YouTube video, but they're also all right here. PrizePicks, Underdog, Chalkboard, Sleeper, Dabble, and DG Fantasy. If you sign up for any of them using my code or link, just DM me a screenshot, say, hey, use your code and link, and I'll get you a free month of the Discord, which is awesome. You can actually get up to 6 months free if you use all 6 of those codes. And again, we talked about the perks of getting on multiple DFS platforms. Obviously today's PrizePicks, it's Taco Tuesday. We want to be able to take advantage of Tuesdays and Fridays. They have Flex Fridays. Chalkboard, we just saw, has a bunch of discounts out today. We want to be able to take advantage of those discounts they're dropping. Underdog had, they're dropping in Florida. They're going to be doing a bunch of promos over the next few weeks. You want to be able to take advantage. They had a free square just yesterday. They had a free square, not even a discount, free square, 0.5 points for like Paolo Banchero. and that's when you want to take advantage of those. So come join the family. We'd love to have you. There's about 300 people in the Rich Club, and we just continue to grow, and we're having a whole lot of fun. Again, we're in that kind of a drought on the Discord, winning streak. Ridiculous February, ridiculous March in terms of ROI and unit. But April, we were actually down a little bit. We were stagnant, every day, kind of 50-50. Some days losing, some days winning, only a couple of units. But yesterday we had a nice 22 unit day. So that put us right back on track. And again, ebbs and flows. Hopefully we're about to start the hot streak now. So come join the family. We'd love to have you. Let's get into our last pick. Wow, I really bumbled through that last part there, but that's okay. Let's jump into Zubac and Doncic. We alluded to it at the beginning of this video. 20.0 rebounds for a guy that can get 20 rebounds by himself, and Zubac, and then Luka, who had 13 rebounds in that first game. There's not much I can show you in terms of odds and things, but we will break down kind of what I'm thinking, and I will show you what they've been doing, especially in game one, but all year. So Zubac, Luka, I was going to go to individually their rebounds lines, especially Luka's. I just didn't love the odds on either of them. When I saw this rebounds combo, it looks really good to me. So I got Zubac's page pulled up here on Outlier. He's at 10.5 is his normal line. This is just games he's played 30 plus minutes. He played 33 minutes in game one and had 15 boards right there. So that looks really good. Average is 11.47 in games that he's played 30 minutes or more. And also Kawhi is a game time decision. If I had to guess, I'd say Kawhi doesn't play, seeing as they won game one. And he's kind of obviously dealing with some sort of injury here, like always. But if Kawhi does go ahead and play, that's not a bad thing, really, just because he's still able to go out and grab some boards with Kawhi out there. I don't think it's going to affect him too much. But yeah, Zubac's looking really good here. He can get 20 rebounds by himself. But even if he just chips in with 11 or 12, that's pretty much all we'll need here. And then going into Luka, this is just Luka's last 20 games in general. 75% of the time he's gone over his normal 9.5 rebound line. A lot of these games right around 10, 9, or sometimes upwards of 12 and 13 against these guys in game one. I think he's going to come out aggressive. They lost last game. He should be wanting to play extremely hard, which he probably will. And I can definitely see him grabbing some boards here. So 20.0 for the combo looks pretty good to me. Again, if Zubac can get this by himself, if Luka can grab 13 boards, they got 28 in game one. So all we need is 20 to push and 21 to go over. So those are the video picks, and that's going to do it for today's video. So just to recap real quick, Middleton at 17.5 is where we got it. It's at 16.5 now. I think it's honestly still a solid play there. The hit rate's ridiculous when looking back. Zubac and Doncic, they should get this. If Kawhi plays, yes, Zubac probably takes a little bit of a hit in terms of rebounding, but I don't think Kawhi's going to play. And he should, dominate like he did in game one. Gafford and Lively couldn't do anything against Zubac. He had like 20 plus points and just looked dominant out there. Beverly, playoff type of player, fantasy score when he plays more than 30 minutes is 100% hit rate actually, but played really well. Don't think Giannis is going to play, and even if he did, Beverly's still going to go out there and kind of do his thing. And then Durant, 5.5 first quarter points, looking incredible across the board. And then here are our previous video picks. We had Mo Wagner was our only hit. We also went to Christian Vasquez in the MLB. He didn't play. But Darius Garland didn't hit for us, didn't look good pretty much the whole game, only had 1 assist, I think, in the first quarter and kind of stayed stagnant there. But Cleveland took care of business. They'll probably sweep Orlando here, or at least win in 5. But I guess bad call on Garland. We talked about it, deep dive and everything. And then Fernando Tatis, I talked about it. He's got to hit a home run on me if he's going to go over this line. And he didn't hit a home run, but he hit a triple down my throat at his first at bat. So 1 for 2. Again, I don't brush off my losses. We'll get back on the hot streak in the video picks at some point. And again, we broke through that slump in the Discord, so that's hopefully a good sign of good things to come. Let me know if you like the recaps at the end of the video. I know I spend a minute or two at the beginning of videos typically, but I've looked across other YouTubers. I follow a lot of these guys, and it seems like anyone that does the recaps, I appreciate the recaps, but they typically do it at the end of the videos. But yeah, that's going to be the recap. That's going to do it for me today. Again, don't forget to subscribe, leave the video a like, comment anything down below, all those good things. And also check out the Discord community. If you're at this point in the video, I think you're going to have a lot of fun in here. Just like-minded people, normal dudes just trying to have fun watching sports and try to make some money along the way. You get access to all of my slips, anything I play personally, even like any of these picks. They've been out in the Discord for a few hours now, and obviously lines always move. And again, $20 a month, not that much in the grand scheme of things. Think about it as $20 of entertainment for the month. But you can get in here for free, plenty of different ways. By signing up for my codes, PrizePicks, Underdog, Chalkboard, Sleeper, Dabble, and DG Fantasy. Today's a great day to do PrizePicks. Floridians, stand up. You're back in Florida, but also Arizona, Oregon, and Alaska also getting PrizePicks today. Tomorrow's Wildcard Wednesday on Sleeper. They're always throwing discounts at us. You get perks for signing up. It's really a win-win-win. But yeah, that's going to do it. I will see you guys in tomorrow's video, or if you're in the Discord, I'll see you in there. Peace out.